Yo, what's up? Alrosha here. This is going to be a guide for people trying to learn Vorago. This boss is very fun and it gets easier the more you do it. Common drops from this boss you can receive are Black Dragon Hides, Crystal Triskelion Fragments, Hydrix Bolt Tips, Onyx Bolts Enchanted, Rune Plate Bodies, Grimy Torstals, Magic Logs, Runite Ore, Raw Rock Tails, Grapevine Seeds, Torstal Seeds, and Tectonic Energy. Now for the rare drops, you have the Seismic Wand, Seismic Singularity, Ancient Summoning Stone, and the Ancient Artifact, which can only be obtained in hard mode. Now, before we cover the attacks, it's important to understand the roles during the fight, so you have a better idea of what's going on around you. You have a base tank, a bomb tank, and a TL5, which stands for Toppler Voke 5. Now, the same person does not have to do both the Toppler and the Voke 5, it just varies for different teams. Any other player that does not have these roles is a DPSer throughout the fight. Alright, let's start with the attacks. First we have the melee swipe. This attack is directed towards the main target, or the base tank, the person who evokes Vorago. This attack is a frontal cone 2 squares distance and all around Vorago from 1 square distance. Pray melee if you're being hit by this attack or step away. With a Berserk aura active, without protection prayers, you can be hit up to a 6.7k. This attack does share damage with anybody else being hit by it. Now second we have the blue bomb. This attack targets the farthest player from Vorago, or as we know, the bomb tank. Vorago fires a blue bomb which deals magic damage. With a Berserk aura active, without protection prayers, you can be hit up to about a 5.8k. I think you can get hit a little bit higher than that, but the max I've seen is a 5.8k. Now this attack also shares damage with anybody else being hit by it. The next attack we have are the smashes, or as people know them, the bleeds. Vorago hits a target for a damage over time effect with melee damage. If a player is suffering from this bleed and is hit with a second smash while they're taking that bleed, they'll be hit a 6k. If this happens on phase 5, it's only a 4.5k instead of a 6k. To clear the bleed, the player needs to use Freedom, or they need to Surge, Escape, Bladed Dive 7 squares away from Vorago, and the bleed will clear. This next ability Vorago uses is called a Reflect Channeling. Basically all it does is he puts his hand up, you see purple from his hand, and you see purple around the player that he's channeling damage towards. Anybody that attacks Vorago or any damage Vorago receives during this time will be reflected back onto that player for a short amount of time. The player will get a message, a red message on the middle of their screen that'll say Vorago is reflecting damage towards you, etc. And then when it is over, they'll get a green message saying he has released his mental link. During this, you should not attack unless you want to kill somebody. Next up we have the Waterfall charge attack. Vorago will squat down, flames will appear around the player's game area. Players have 9 seconds to reach one of the 4 corners of the arena where a waterfall will appear. They have to get behind the waterfall to take no damage from this attack. The 9 seconds are up, Vorago will blast off a massive attack and it will hit about 10,000. Also remember, when the waterfall spawns and everybody's running behind it, make sure that you are in the very, very far corner. I cannot stress this enough. People say they died in the waterfall. There are areas inside the waterfall that you can die. Make sure that you are snug in the very, very corner to negate this attack. After 3 auto attacks after the waterfall explosion, Vorago will summon a stone clone to a random player that Vorago is not aggroed on. These stone clones will spawn with the same combat style of what you're equipping when they appear. It's important to take care of them. They can stun you, they can use damage over time, bleeds, and they have adrenaline bars, so just make sure that you pray whatever style you're using and take care of them. Now for the last of the attacks that you will experience in every single Vorago kill is the red bomb or the explosive bomb. Now this is a 3x3 AoE bomb that hits, and the damage is increased by every one person that is near you within I think 4 squares or so. Now it's very, very important. If you get a red bomb, a random red bomb message, you need to get away from people and you need to eat up, because you will die if you are near a bunch of people. You will also kill other people. So if you get a red bomb, you need to run it away from everybody else. Red bombs are generally directed towards the bomb tank, but you can get a random red bomb during a Vorago fight and you just need to run away and eat up. If you're far enough away from people, it'll only hit a 2000 on you and it resets all your defensive abilities for a short period of time. Other than that though, those are the main attacks you'll experience every single kill you do. Now we're going to go on to the weekly special attacks.